In an episode that won't gross anywhere near what Jurassic World pulled in this past weekend, we have USA-Serbia Game 4 highlights, another gold medal for our women's national team, and full Masters results from this past weekend in Riverside coming up on The Counterattack. Hi everyone, Greg Mescall here. Thanks for joining us on The Counterattack. We start things off with the final game of the USA Serbia Series, and for the first time since 2002, a USA Water Polo national team played a home game in Chicago. Clearly, Chicago, we need to come back to you. The crowd last Tuesday at the University of Illinois Chicago, jam-packed. A sellout weeks in advance. People lined up in every possible vantage point to see USA and Serbia, and they were not disappointed. To the highlights we go late in this one, early in the fourth quarter. It's an 11-10 lead for Team USA, not for long. Dusan Mandic on the skip shot. He ties things at 11. 2 minutes later, the Serbian star Filipovic looking for more, but he is field blocked. But there's Mandic picking it up and scoring cross cage for a 12-11 lead for Serbia. On the very next possession for Team USA, they turn to the UCLA Bruin, Alex Rolsa. He's able to hit on the skip shot right after the ordinary, beating Branislav Mitrovic. We're all tied at 12. 2:54 now remaining in the fourth. Alex Obert on the inside takes the entry pass. He goes backhand, puts that one away. It's a 13-12 lead for Team USA. Now the final moments. 32 seconds left in this one. Serbia down one. Who do they turn to? Filipovic. He delivers here with a huge goal. We're all tied at 13. Final seconds now. If you recall, Game 3 in Lake Forest, it was Luka Cupido with 2 seconds left winning the match. How does he top that? He does it like this. 3 seconds left here in the fourth on the power play. Alex Bone to Cupido. He lets fire with no time remaining, and he scores it, and euphoria in Chicago as Team USA wins it. They top Serbia 14-13. They cap a 4-game sweep of Serbia. Here's another look at that final goal, the winner from Cupido, courtesy of Twitter and the NWC Water Polo account. Just an awesome 4 games for Team USA, and that last game in Chicago. Stay tuned for our social media Sendoff, where we're giving a bunch of shout-outs to everyone who came out to support Team USA. As for our men's team, they're on to Italy now, the FINA World League Super Final, where who do they open up with? Serbia. So these two teams will get together once again next week to kick off that event. Speaking national team, our women's senior national team was in Shanghai this past weekend for their FINA World League Super Final, and this has become a rite of passage every summer for the women's national team, winning the gold medal. They win their record 9th gold medal at the FINA World League Super Final. They did it defeating Australia 8-7. This one was much closer than they expected. Team USA started off ahead 6-2, then able to hang on. Courtney Mathewson and Kaylee Gilchrist, 2 goals apiece. Ashley Johnson with 14 saves, and another gold medal for Team USA. From gold medals won in international water polo to gold won right here at home, we turn our attention to the Masters National Championship held this past weekend in Riverside. Let's take you out and get you caught up on all the action from this past weekend. 12 different championships up for grabs. We started off with the 60-plus age division on the men's side, Old Mission Bay versus Santa Barbara Masters. Late in the fourth, Gary Becker for Old Mission Bay is off the mark, but Kelly Stater is there to put home the rebound to tie things up. In a shootout, Santa Barbara would win it, defeating Old Mission Bay 10-7 after the shootout. Afterwards, we caught up with a victorious member of Santa Barbara.
That's what it's all about, just seeing old friends, having good times, playing hard and breathing hard, and having a lot of fun.
Now let's keep things moving here. Women's 55-plus, Fighting Flamingos versus Menlo Mavens. That's a tongue twister and some solid alliteration. It was the Fighting Flamingos defeating the Menlo Mavens 7-2. Flamingos, strong swimsuit game right there with the Flamingo suits. Men's 55-plus, Santa Barbara Masters versus Santa Monica, and it was all Santa Barbara in this one, 14-6. They win it. Women's 50-plus, more Flamingo action. This time they take on the Gray Hairs, but no Flamingo victory here. It would be the Gray Hairs winning 11-2. Men's 50-plus Olympic Club taking on Scottsdale, and it's a win for the Olympic Club, one of the most decorated Masters clubs in USA water polo. They defeat Scottsdale 8-6. Afterwards, thoughts on the win from Olympic Club's Dean Cantal.
But, we had a couple easier games yesterday, and then today we played the Scottsdale team, and it was a battle. They started out on top, and, we'd tie it, and they'd come back and go back on top all the way till it was, probably 4-4, and then we kind of got a little cushion with a 2-goal lead, but it was a hard-fought contest.
Men's 45-plus action. Bay Area taking on Bruin. 2:56 left in the fourth. It's an 8-4 lead for Bruin, and Andrew Kuhn takes the entry pass. He knows what to do with it, putting that one past the keeper, Steve Moyer. Bruin topping Bay Area Masters 10-5. Scott Thornton on the win for Bruin.
So we just made a three-peat for 45s. It was great. They made us work for it hard. We lost our first game and had to come back and put it together, but it was maybe a little sweeter that way.
Women's 40-plus action. Great team name here. The Long Beach Battle Axes taking on the Gray Hairs. 2:55 left in the fourth. An 8-7 game. Not for long. The Battle Axes turn to Christine Pally. She goes one-on-one with the keeper to score on the counter, and it's a 9-7 lead for the Battle Axes as they take home the 40-plus crown. Afterwards, Elisa Von Hartich on the victory.
We just kind of put together a team of, I've played with each one of the players at various times in our lives. And in 1994, a lot of us played together at Masters Nationals up in Modesto. So we got a couple of those girls from that team, a couple of girls from Omback, a couple from Riptide, and just kind of a hodgepodge mix. And yesterday was the first time we've ever played together.
Men's 40-plus. Sunset San Diego taking on Darkside. 34 seconds left in the fourth, a 10-6 lead for Darkside. Steve Hansen makes it 11-6, hitting on the skip shot as Darkside finally gets past Sunset San Diego. They win the men's 40-plus crown for the first time, and all smiles afterwards.
And it always seems to come down to both of our teams, and we know each other's MO on both sides of the fence, so we just try to play to our strengths and make it happen. But, when we've lost to them the last few years, it's always been a pleasure because they're our friends, so it's nice to get one.
Women's 30-plus action. Omback taking on Olympic Club. This was a good one. 36 seconds left in the fourth, all tied at 6. Omback with a go-ahead score here, able to go up 7-6. They win it gold in 30-plus. Stacy Werner from Omback on the win.
We honestly were able to keep our heads straight, even in really, really close games. We came back against O Club in the first time we met them in order to win that, and we're really good friends with those girls, so it's honestly really fun and just a clean competition between them. So we love playing them. It was great.
Men's 30-plus action. Santa Monica versus the Olympic Club. There they are again. 1:08 left in the fourth. 5-3 Olympic Club ahead. Chris Lathrop goes inside of Thomas Foley. He's able to beat the keeper. It's a 6-3 lead for the Olympic Club. That would be your final. Brian Alexander on another gold medal for the O Club.
I think we got a pretty tight group. There's a lot of camaraderie with these guys and a lot of tradition with the Olympic Club, so it's just fun to come out and have a good weekend of water polo.
Women's 20-plus action. Omback taking on the Olympic Club. You're sensing a theme here. 5:07 left in the fourth. It's an 8-6 lead for the Olympic Club. Nicole Hughes takes the pass from center. She's able to score, beating Brianna Burns, and the Olympic Club would go on to win it 10-7. Afterwards, we caught up with the decorated 4-time Olympian and gold medalist for O Club, Brenda Villa.
It was a great run by the 20s. I don't think that we lost a game, but it's great to have a younger group of girls energized and playing, and it's great to mix the 20s and the 30s. There's some that kind of play both, so it's just a great group of girls that like to have fun and like to be competitive.
Men's 20-plus action. Olympic Club taking on Alumni. Some National League action going on here as well. 1:52 left in the fourth. A 9-5 lead for Alumni. That's Lance Morrison taking the entry pass and scoring, beating the Olympic Club keeper John Curley. Alumni goes on to win it 10-5. Andrew Rigo on the win for the Alumni.
We played them both very close in the National League, but couldn't get them, and then kind of came into this game and said, you know what, this needs to be our first time kind of taking it to one of them. So we kind of came in, and I think we were fired up, and we came out hard, and basically from I think they scored the first goal, and then from there on out it was all ours. We got up early, we kept the momentum, and then we never really let them get back into it.
So congratulations to all those coming up with gold this past weekend, and special thanks to our friends out in Riverside for hosting the Masters Nationals. Great to celebrate all the action in the water. One special story you heard from her moments ago on the Long Beach battle axes. Elisa von Hartich, a couple of years ago in a car accident, thought she might never play water polo again, let alone do it at a high level. We talked with her a little bit more after coming up with a big win and getting back in the game.
2 years ago, I was in a car accident, and I have some problems with my spinal cord and my legs. And last year, actually in probably May and June, I started a new physical therapy group, and I've been working for 2 years in physical therapy, and my legs working almost all the way better, and just a whole lot of hard work. And now I'm just glad to be back in playing and hanging out with the team. Yeah, there's definitely a thought that maybe I won't be able to play younger age groups just because they're a little bit more physical. But yeah, at least I'm able to get back in with the 40s for now, and we'll play it by ear for the next couple of years and see what happens. I just need to stay strong, keep my neck strong, and keep everything in line. So if I do that, I mean, polo is definitely helpful, turning my head and everything, swimming up and down the pool. So to be honest, it's actually the best thing for getting me back in. Like, I'm actually feeling pretty good, so that's nice.
So great to see Elisa back in the pool. We hope she can join us again at Masters Nationals next year. Now we turn our attention to some water polo news and notes. Notre Dame College, a few months after dropping their men's varsity program, has announced their women's varsity program will be dropped as well. On the addition side of things, Exeter in Pennsylvania announcing they will add boys and girls high school water polo for the 2015-2016 season. And now we close things out as we do every episode with our social media send-off, and this is a jam-packed edition. We're going to start things off first, though, with some water polo treats. Check out this cake sent in by Jeff Perlman. He is a well-known sports writer, but his family is also involved in the game of water polo, and they put together this fantastic water polo cake. Look at the detail. Tough to cut into that when you see how well it was done. And now we turn to our Chicago focus here on the social media send-off. There were so many tweets and Instagrams and Snapchats coming out of that Serbia game at the University of Illinois. It was tough to keep up. The first one from our own USA Water Polo CEO, Chris Ramsey, on a clinic that took place before the game. Some 100-plus athletes from around the Midwest zone able to get individual training from our men's senior national team. From there, we slide over to a tweet from the Chicago Sports Commission. Yes, there was a wave at the game, Team USA versus Serbia. They caught some of it there. Here are some more great tweets coming in from the game. Fans had an opportunity to really enjoy the experience. They were lined up an hour and a half before the game started. Seats were full well before opening sprint, as better than 1,500 packed an auditorium, the home of the Flames at the University of Illinois, Chicago, getting to take selfies with athletes, meeting players. Here's a tweet from Alyssa Hawkins, able to hang out with McQuinn Barron. And how about a shout out for the Spartan Club out of Michigan? They rented 2 charter buses, packed it with Spartan Club fans and athletes, drove to the Chicago game, filled up a whole section of the stands, and then afterwards they got to meet Team USA and get a big group shot with them. So thanks to the Spartan Club. So some awesome stuff there from the crowd in Chicago. Thanks to everyone who came out to support Team USA. And don't forget to share the best of what you have on social media with us right here, and we'll use it on the show. Use the hashtag counterattack, and then tweet at us, Instagram at us, Facebook at us at USAWP, and we'll feature the best of what you have right here on the show. That'll do it for this week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, look weak side.